Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Pablo and welcome back to GG Sports. I am bringing you guys episode 2 of the Detroit Lions realistic rebuild here in Madden 20. And before we get started with this video, I want to remind you guys to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon and that bell icon below the video so you stay notified every time I drop another one of these videos. But to start this episode off, before we get into the regular season, there's a couple of moves that I did have to make to keep this rebuild as realistic as possible. Went ahead and signed Mike Daniels as well, took control of the Packers, made them cut him, and then we were able to sign him for a 1-year deal for a salary that is not too far off of where it is in real life. And then finally we did actually trade Theo Riddick, who the Lions actually cut in real life. We were able to trade him over to the Broncos, which is the team he signed with, and then we were able to get back a draft pick, a late draft pick in return. I believe it was a 6th rounder, so not much, but it's better than cutting him, I thought. So we are now going into week 1 versus Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. So he will be making his NFL debut versus us, the Detroit Lions, and our scary defensive line. Mike Daniels is a truly versatile defensive lineman who can pretty much play any spot you want to move him to. The Lions, of course, also added Trey Flowers. Snacks is there as well. So just take a look at our depth chart where you can see the lineups that we locked in with after 4 weeks of preseason. Decided to go ahead and skip that. I did move some of the notable rookies to the practice squad, but these guys were ones that we didn't want to have on the full 53-man roster, but didn't necessarily want to cut. Headlining our practice squad would be Trey Lamar II. If you follow this channel, you guys know Trey Lamar was a beast in the Bengals rebuild we did. But moving on to this franchise now, we are getting set to go on the road versus the Cardinals. They have picked up Terrell Suggs. They've made a number of different offseason moves. They're rebuilding, but they feel like they can be competitive, even though it is a rookie head coach and a rookie QB. This is supposed to be the start of something special for these guys. So hopefully we can kind of derail that, put a big fat L on their record to start this regime, and we'll feel good about ourselves starting our new campaign 1-0 undefeated, especially after going on the road. But Danny Amendola, new first-year Detroit Lion, takes this first kick return of his Detroit Lion career up all the way to the 27-yard line of the Arizona Cardinals, and then Kerryon Johnson follows that up with a nice chunk play for 16 yards, and then on first down and goal from the 9, Kerryon is carrying the ball across the goal line for the easy touchdown, and we draw first blood here on the road and score the first touchdown of our 2019/20 season, and a great way for Kerryon Johnson to start his second-year campaign. There's a lot of Detroit Lions fans and coaches who expect him to take the next step and become an elite running back, and he's starting off this season on the right path. And speaking of elite running backs, David Johnson goes down on this second down play after a short gain, and he will go back to the locker room and will not return today. So Kyler Murray's debut just got a lot harder, but you obviously can't tell as he breaks off a huge 22-yard rush, getting the Cardinals to the 48-yard line. And he says if David Johnson is out, I mean, that's a lot of yards on the ground that are left wide open for me. But on the next play, though, Trey Flowers is sneaking and drops back into coverage and comes away with an interception. Kyler Murray just did not see Trey Flowers right there. And who thought that the first play that Trey Flowers would make for this defense would be an interception? I know I didn't. I expected him to come get a sack, but I'll take this interception as well. Like I said, Kyler Murray must have been thrown off by the fact that he dropped back into coverage, but Trey Flowers was there lurking and came away with an interception. So Kyler Murray is not looking good so far. But the Lions, on the other hand, we've looked very dominant through about 6 minutes of play so far. We just pick up another first down. Marvin Jones Jr. gets involved in the offensive game plan. Third down and goal. Pretty nice pocket for Stafford. Does have to step up. Fires one in the back of the end zone for Golladay. but just a little bit too much on that one drove Golladay out of the back of the end zone, which prevented him from getting his feet down. So we do have to settle for a Matt Prater field goal. So I'm fine with that. We increase our lead to 10, but you do want to come away with 7 points anytime your defense can get a takeaway like that, but that's fine. We'll settle for the 10-point lead, and we do come up with a stop, but they do match that 3 points that we just put on the board by going downfield and getting a field goal of their own. So now the Detroit offense has the ball back. They scored points on 2 straight drives, and the Cardinals defense finally said enough was enough and forced us to punt the football. So now Kyler Murray, without David Johnson, is back to pass and still has Christian Kirk as a weapon and utilizes him quite well on that play as he streaks up the sideline for a touchdown, which will eventually tie the game up at 10. So Kyler Murray gets his first NFL passing touchdown, and that will be caught by Christian Kirk. And a lot of people expect Kirk to actually take another step as well with the arrival of Kyler Murray, and it's already started here. But after that touchdown, everything is evened up at 10, and we have to punt again. So all of a sudden, the Detroit Lions offense has went stagnant, and now Kyler Murray and company has a chance to take the lead, and Christian Kirk comes down with his second touchdown of the half. So he is bursting onto the scene here in year 2 and looks like he's primed to be the best target here in Arizona. Well, at least it looks that way right now. He's clearly trying to separate himself and has so far in this game, as he has 2 touchdown catches in just 2 quarters. So we are driving back with under 50 seconds to go before halftime. Matt Stafford and company are trying to put some points on the board, but Patrick Peterson is there and comes down with an interception as Matt Stafford tried to force one in to Kenny Golladay there. And I mean, that's Patrick Peterson. I don't know what we really expected. Matt Stafford had to put a little bit more air under that, and when you have a all-pro cornerback like Pat Pete, you definitely have to be wary of him when he's covering your best receiver. We definitely tried to force that one into Kenny G to get him warmed up and involved in the game plan, but we were unable to do that time and unable to tie things up at 17. So we go into half with a 7-point deficit, and we get the stop on the first drive out by the Cardinals thanks to Trey Flowers as he picked up his first sack as a Detroit Lion. And now we're driving on our next drive, trying to put some points on the board and hopefully tie this thing up. But there is Kenny G getting the reception and picking up a new set of downs. And first down and 10, we're going to Marvin Jones on the drag route, fighting his way toward the goal line and successfully getting there to put 6 points on the board. Marvin Jones ties things up here in Arizona, and he beat the coverage of Patrick Peterson that time. So shout out to Marvin Jones, showing that he can still be effective here in this Detroit offense and still can be explosive. And things are all tied up at 17, but now we have to be able to stop Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray and company. But Christian Kirk breaks a tackle and is almost headed for his 3rd touchdown, but Killebrew comes in at the very last possible second and forces the fumble, and the ball is out at the 1-yard line. And then from the 3, a play later, it is Andy Isabella catching his first NFL touchdown, and that one was a bullet from Kyler Murray, who picks up his 3rd career passing touchdown. Yes, he's up to 3 passing touchdowns on his career debut. So we're making him look pretty good, and he has the lead. Unless we score, it's likely that he'll be looking at a W and a 3 touchdown performance for his debut. But we still have 57 seconds left, going screen to Kerryon Johnson, who can't get out of bounds. And we are now down to 3rd down and 6 with 20 seconds to go, and TJ Hockenson comes down with the touchdown reception in the back of the end zone with under 25 seconds to go. Matt Stafford does it again, and he has been a true comeback king throughout his career and still is showing signs of that here in year 10. It's truly tremendous for Matt Stafford, but we'll definitely need a W to make this even worth anything. And the Cardinals do get the ball to start the overtime period, And that was not to mention, that was such a clutch play by TJ Hockenson and Matt Stafford there. Beautiful play. Let's try to get the W. Let's get a stop here. 3rd down and 1. Darius Slay with the breakup. And Kyler was going for Andy Isabella, who is explosive once he's in space, but great play, Darius Slay, and breaking up that one, forcing the Cardinals to punt the football here in OT. And 2nd down and 9, Stafford, play action pass, going deep to Kenny G, who brings down the pass and gets his feet in bounds. 27-yard gain. What an amazing effort by Kenny G. So we hurry up. We do not want that to be reviewed. Kerryon picks up a few yards. And 3rd down and 2 from the 3. Kerryon walks into the end zone, and the comeback is complete. Matt Stafford leads the Lions to a 30-24 road victory over the Arizona Cardinals, who were led by Kyler Murray, who tossed 3 touchdown passes to only 1 interception on 84% completion. Kerryon Johnson led us to the finish line with 2 touchdowns and 94 yards. We start off 1-0. Great start to the 1920 season. Hope you guys are excited. Can't wait to show you guys the next showdown versus Phillip Rivers and the LA Chargers. Hope to see you guys in that episode. Don't forget to leave a like and sub. See you guys next time. Peace.